Flooded farmers face growing dilemma in warming world. Crescent, Iowa, AP. Frogs, carp and bugs thrived all summer in murky floodwaters where Gene Walter should have planted corn and soybeans. Last year's ruined crops build from metal storage bins that burst 9 months ago when the Missouri River surged through 2 levees near his southwest Iowa farm. Like many in the water-weary Midwest, Walter doesn't know if climate change was responsible for the second major flood in 9 years, or the increasingly frequent torrential rains that dump more water in an hour than he used to see in days. Even so, we kind of feel like it's the new normal, said Walter, who lost 46,000 bushels of corn and soybeans. You can't rely on anything. You can't build anything. You can't do future planning. The uncertainty is the thing that is really bad. This year's devastating losses are forcing tough decisions about the future of farming in America's floodplains, even among those skeptical of climate change and humans' role in it. Farmers who lost billions of dollars in grain, livestock, equipment, structures and unplanted crops are wondering whether they should, or can, return to the fertile bottomlands next year. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers must determine how many damaged levees can be rebuilt but says it won't be all of them. More than 50 levees were breached on the Missouri River alone, taking thousands of acres out of production. And with the ground still soggy heading into winter, experts say the stage is set for more flooding next spring. A lot of this ground won't be put back into production, said Brett Adams, a Peru, Nebraska farmer who saw 2,000 acres, 809 hectares minus 80% of his land, submerged in up to 12 feet, 3.7 meters, of water. I've seen it firsthand up and down the river. Land is so tore up from flooding that some of it is completely ruined. Adams lost over 100,000 bushels of corn and $500,000 in potential income after 6 storage bins burst. But he bristles when people ask why he farms in an area that could flood. Because it never flooded before, Adams tells them, noting that a levee built in 1950 kept his farm dry during major floods in 1993 and 2011. It's very difficult to directly tie this year's flooding, or any single weather event, to climate change. But the flooding comes as we're seeing big rain and even bigger snows that are consistent with what we will see in a warming world, because a warmer atmosphere delivers more water to storm systems, said National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration Climate Monitoring Chief D. Kant. The number of heavy rain events has increased throughout much of the U.S., including the Midwest, where the days with at least 1 inch of rain averaged 13% higher from 2009 to 2018 than the long-term average dating to 1950, according to NOAA. In Missouri, for more on this story, visit the news article link.